So let's take a look at number one. Okay, number one, okay, we're talking about permutations on the front of this sheet. And permutations, okay, there's one thing that you really, really need to know about a permutation. Okay, they're ordered. Order matters. Okay, so if you want to make a little note there, order matters for permutations. Order matters for permutations. So it says here, list all of the rearrangements of the letters in the word that. Okay, so somebody give me a different arrangement for Z, A, and P. ZPA. Okay, give me another. PAZ. What else? PZA. APZ. I heard another one. A. ZP. Yep, we don't have that one yet. Is there another one? Did we get them?
Yeah.
I think so too. Okay, so how many rearrangements are there? How many total ways of arranging Z, A, and P together? 6. Okay, you just did your first permutation. Okay, so it's taking things and finding out how many different ways can they be written. Okay. So if we look at the words math or yogurt, okay, we would try to rearrange those. But as the words get longer, we're not going to want to do those by hand. Okay, so there's a way that we can do them a lot faster. And this is our rule. Okay, so right here, I would put a highlight, okay, or star. That's not what I meant to do. A star right beside that one. Okay. If there's n different things, so in the case of Zach, there's 3 different things. Okay, so n would be 3. Okay, and they're rearranged without repetition. There are n factorial. Has anybody ever heard of factorial before? Okay, so factorial is saying, say we did that. Okay, there's 3 letters in the word that. So 3 things that we can rearrange. So that would be 3 factorial. Factorial is another way of saying that you do 3 times 2 times 1. So you multiply every number after. So if there's 4 factorial, you do 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You tracking with me on that? Okay. So this is the rule for permutation. You just do however many options there are, factorial. And then you multiply. Okay? So if I don't think math is on the next one. Yeah, math is on the next one. Okay, so it says use the rule number 2 to find your rearrangements. How many options do we have in math? 4. So that would be 4 factorial. How many options do we have in zombie? 6. So that would be 6 factorial. Okay? I'm not going to make you necessarily multiply these out all the time, but just for the sake of doing these problems, we're going to do it. So this would be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. What's 4 times 3? 12 times 2? 24 times 1? 24. Okay? So there's 24 different ways of rearranging the word math. Okay, zombie. 6 times 5 times not 3 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That one might be 6 times 5 is 30 times 4, 120 times 3, 360. Okay, times 2. 720? Yeah? Okay, and then times 1 would just be 720. Okay, so there's 720 ways of arranging that word. Okay, or really those letters. Okay, so let's put it into like real world terms here. Say you are on a baseball team. Okay, there's 9 baseball players. How can we rewrite the lineup? How many different ways? So what would we do? 9 what? Yep, 9 factorial. So you do 9 times 8 times 7. Okay, so go ahead and do that in your calculator. If you have a calculator, get that out. Or put it in our calculator. I'm getting that. Did you get the same thing? Anybody confirm? Cool. That's a lot, right? So you can imagine if you're only at 9, they get pretty big pretty quick. So it's kind of a nice rule instead of having to figure something out. Well, how many options do I have here? Okay. So think about when we were doing your menus, right? And doing the different options and things like that. We could do something like this sometimes, depending on the case. Sometimes it's the case basis. All right, number 4. What if you wanted to rearrange the letters in the word vanilla? Okay. What's different than our... Yes, there's 2 letters that are, well, yeah, 2 letters repeated. L is repeated. So that brings up a problem. Okay, that brings up a problem. So we'll say here, there's repetition. Okay, so we need a new rule for this. We're going to kind of add on to our factorial rule. Okay, and number 5, it tells you that new rule. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your normal factorial. Okay, so if you look at vanilla, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I count right? Yeah. Okay, that would be 7 factorial. Oh, we're here. Sorry, it's the number 6. Okay, there's 7 factorial. Then you divide it by the letters that are repeated. So A is repeated 2 times. With me on that? L is repeated 2 times. So what you do is, whatever repetitions you have, you do that on the bottom with a factorial. So 7 is our normal, because we have 7 letters, divided by, okay, A is twice, so that's that first 2 factorial, and then L, twice, 2 factorial. What if there were 3 L's? What would I put? 3 factorial. Okay, so however many there are, that's what you put in there. Okay, so now we're going to do 7 factorial on top, divided by 2 factorial times 2 factorial. I'm going to show you how to use factorial in your calculator. Okay, so you don't need to put these all in, kind of and it gets too crazy. So I'm going to pull my calculator here really quick. Okay, we're going to be working with that math button again. If you have a TI Inspire, I will get with you in just a second. It's very easy on the TI Inspire. Okay, so you are going to press math. You're going to go over to probability. Some of them will say PRB, okay, instead of PROB. So you're going to go over there, okay, and right down here is factorial. Now you have to put the number in before that. Just want to show you where it's at. Okay, so I'm going to go out of that. Okay, now I want 7. I'm going to put my 7 in parentheses because I'm talking fraction here. So I'm going to do 7 factorial. So math, over to probability, down to number 4. Okay, and that will give me that exclamation point that means probability. So there's my numerator. Okay, if you're on a TI Inspire, we'll look this up. I had it here. I'm trying to remember it. Here it is. Okay, you're going to enter the number. Okay, if you're on a TI Inspire, you're going to enter the number. So 7. Okay, menu. And then number 5 will say probability, and number 1 will say factorial. Okay, so that's your process if you're on a TI Inspire. So enter the number 7. Okay, press menu, probability, factorial. Any issues from my TI Inspire? Okay. All right, so let's go back to my calculator. All right, now I'm going to hit divide by, parentheses, 2 factorial times 2 factorial. So 2, back to my math, over to probability, whoops, and then down to number 4, times, and then 2 factorial again. Oops, did I put my 2 in there? Yeah, I did. Okay, and then it'll tell me how many there are. Okay, anybody having an issue getting 1260? Okay, so that makes it a lot faster than doing like 7 times 6 times 5, all that in your calculator. Any questions for me before we move on? Okay, so I'm going to go back. So there were 1260 for that one. Now, how many ways can we rearrange Mississippi? Okay, so first we need to do the total number of options on top. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it's going to be 11 factorial on top. Okay, is I repeated? Yes. How many times? 4. So that's going to be 4 factorial on the bottom. What else is repeated? S. How many times? 4 factorial then. Good. What else is repeated? P twice. So it's going to be 2 factorial. Anything else repeated? Okay, so go ahead and do that in your calculator. On the top, you're going to have 11 factorial. Make sure you put it in parentheses. Okay, so I'm going to I'll put it in like this so you can kind of see. That's how I put mine in. Was it 4 times 4 times 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's what you should get. If you didn't get that, raise your hand. I'll help you out. Okay, any TA and fire friends having issues?
No, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, so 34,650 different ways of writing the letters that are in Mississippi. Okay, and really, in a sense, that's permutations. Okay, they're pretty straightforward. Okay, any questions before we move on to combinations? Okay, so combinations are kind of similar, but in this case, the order doesn't matter. Okay, so that is the main difference between a permutation and a combination. Is that for a combination, order does not matter. Okay, so for a combination, this right here is kind of our formula. Looks a little confusing, but I'm going to break it down. Okay, the C here just means it's a combination, not a permutation. When you see the C, you're doing a combination. N is always the big number, R is always the small number. So kind of like we did with the permutation, it was N over your R's. Okay, so big number will always be on the left, smaller number is always on the right. Okay. And this is how you're going to put it in. So this is it's kind of like writing like a formula in a way. Not really a formula, a notation. Let's say notation. This is the notation. This is the formula. Okay. So if I say 30C5, that's a combination 30 and 5. okay? But this is the formula that you're going to use. I'm going to show you how to do it by hand, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with the calculator. Okay. All right, let's move on here. All right, so there are 7 flavors of ice cream. Okay, so you walk in, 7 flavors of ice cream, and you're going to pick 2 different flavors for your dessert. Okay, that's pretty normal. Go into somewhere, you can get 2 scoops of ice cream, and you can get 2 different flavors. Okay, how many ways can you choose the 2? So you do 7 factorial divided by, okay, so it's always how many total you can have, divided by the 2 that you're going to choose, okay? If you were going to choose 3, you would put 3 factorial, okay, and then 7 minus 2 or 3, whatever you would choose, okay, and then factorial the opposite. It's just a formula you have to get used to, okay? Now, we break it down, okay, and you're going to get pretty fast at this. You don't have to write it like this necessarily. You can go ahead and do the 7 minus 2 and write 5 factorial. Go ahead and put that in your calculator. Don't forget your parentheses though. Okay. Make sure you put your parentheses in. Get 21. You getting 21? Anybody not get 21? Give me a look at it. Okay, so 21 combinations that you can do when you walk into an ice cream parlor. I tend to think that combinations are a little bit more useful. How often do we like rearrange letters in a word, okay? Or rearrange anything? Usually it's like how many combinations. All right, number 2, to win a prize at a carnival, one must correctly select 3 numbers from 30 numbers. Okay? The order in which the selection is made does not matter. That's how we know it's a combination and not a permutation. Okay? How many different selections are possible? So here's how we would write this. Okay, we have our big C. What's going to be my N? My big number. Total number of options. How many total options are there? 30. Okay, and you're going to choose how many? 3. So that's how we write the notation. 30C3. Okay, then we put it into our formula. So what goes on top for our formula? The total, 30 factorial. Okay, and then on the bottom, we start out with the number that you're going to choose. So 3 factorial. And then inside, it's big minus small. So 30 minus 3 factorial. And then we can simplify it to make it 27 factorial. Okay, go ahead and do that in your calculator. You should get 4,060. You get 4,060? Okay. All right, any questions on number 2? All right. Number 3, there are 12 people auditioning for parts in a play. But only 8 roles are available. How many different ways can 8 people be selected? Okay, so let's think, how do we write our notation? Total options is what? The card you just fired. 12, right? They have 12 options, but they're only going to choose 8. There's only 8 rolls. So when we write the formula, total numbers on top, okay, then small number on the bottom, and then in your parentheses, big minus small. Don't forget that factorial at the end. Okay, break it down, and you can put it in your calculator. Ah, what's up? Okay.
You understand geometry. Okay, so these are the ones that we're doing, and we're confused because she only has 2 40 certain recipes. Like the stuff that she has on there, it doesn't match the actual answers. Confusing.
You don't have an original.
Yeah, so like, she told us when she was teaching that we had to take this number and divide it by how many sides we had, and that would be, if it was a total number of whatever, like all of them. That's exactly cool. And this one, because it says or 2%. But then some sides like that, they're like, this one doesn't come out to, this is the real answer, she has other papers, but this is why. Exactly, yeah, I think I got that one too. Yeah. So confusing.
I mean, I used to know, and then when I was graduating with my teachers, like when I was teaching, and then okay, just want to hang out. And then, okay. All right. Good. What do we get for this one? Number 3. You get 495. All right, 495. Right, number 4. A college football team plays 10 games during the season. If you have enough money to buy tickets to 4 of them, okay, how many different ways can you go? So this would be 10 combination 4. Okay, I'm going to show you a quick writing calculator. Excited? You have to do all that? All right, here's what you're going to do. You're going to press you're going to press 10, okay, because that's your starting number. Math, probability, and we're doing combinations, so number 3. Press enter, and then you can enter your other number. What was it, 4? Was it 4, friend? Yeah. 4, enter, it'll give it 210. So that's a lot faster. I wanted you to see the formula so you know what's going on. Okay? I'm probably going to ask you, that formula's going to come back. So don't bank just on this all the time. Okay? But for fast purposes, you can do it this way. So 210 for that one. Anybody not getting 210? Okay, really fast for my TI Inspire friends. Here is your combination. Menu, 5, 3. And then you can enter the numbers. Okay, so for your TI Inspire, menu number 5, which is probability. Instead of choosing 1 for factorial, you're going to choose number 3 for combination. Okay, permutations we may do, but those get a little weird in the calculator, just because of the options at the bottom. So we're not going to worry about that too much for right now. All right, what did I get? 210. Any questions? All right, number 5. There are 9 people signed up for a tennis match. If each person plays each of the other players once, how many games are to be played? So my total number is what? 9. Combination what? 1. Combination 1. They're playing each other one time. So go ahead and try that new feature. Math, probability, down to number... What are we getting? 36? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're going to be comma. Yeah, so it'll be 9. You guys got 9. Oh. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, because there's 2 people playing each time. So that, yep, you're right. 9, combination 2. My apologies. That would be 36. Great. Tia and fire people. Logan just asked this question. When you put in your NCR, it'll give you parentheses. So you're going to do first number, comma, second number. Your TI and fire. So you're going to do first number, almost like a coordinate point. That's what that's going to look like. Sorry for not saying this. Okay. Number 6. How many ways can you choose 2 different toppings for your pizza? Given the choices are, those are gross options, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. Okay. So it's going to be 6 combination 2. Okay. Go ahead and put that in. You should get 15 for that one. I'm going to give you practice. Now, on this practice, it doesn't tell you what's what for the most part. Okay? You have to decide, is it a permutation or is it a combination, and then use the proper formula. Okay? So, work on this, please. Because being able to pick these out and doing them on the notes to be able to pick out what's what is tough. Permutations, what's important about a permutation? Order, okay? Order matters. So if you're reading a problem and you're like, ooh, I think order does matter for that. That's going to be a permutation, okay? Combination, order does not matter.